just restart the sound, sorry. I'll record on the computer instead. All right, there we go. I want to share my screen.
So Peter, I suggest that we start now, because this will be recorded. Yeah, so they can watch it later.
Can you guys see my screen? And can you see the screen? Can you give me a thumbs up? I can only see you. Okay, cool.
Yes, yes, we can.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Level Up in 2021 challenge, a series of challenges. So we've already done a sound and video check. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. So yes, I honor and commend you guys for actually being here, because not a whole lot of people, as we can see, put priorities on vision. Of course, a lot of this was due to me today, because I sent out the link very late, but we know. But just in general, everything really starts with the vision, and that's why I'm very passionate about vision. And so I'm very excited to be able to bring Jing along here, and gratefully, well, I'm so grateful that she accepted my invitation to co-host this with me. So just a rundown on the day. So what I'm going to do is I'll give a quick intro to you already know me, but still just to myself and to Creatic and to CoFit, and also of course to Jing. And then we'll talk about our purpose and how it relates to where we're all going as a collective and how that benefits everyone. And then I'm going to hand it over to Jing, who's going to run with the challenge. All right, so what is CoFit? So CoFit is an initiative by my digital agency, Creatic. So at Creatic, we work with conscious business owners and entrepreneurs, specializing in website design, development, online advertising, social media. As soon as COVID happened, we just saw the chaos that was on the way, and we just got to work straight away on creating CoFit. So what CoFit is number one, it's an initiative, and number two, it's a platform to bring together businesses, local and small businesses that are really being impacted by COVID. And even before COVID happened, as we know, the economy was very sluggish. So it's to help them, and we're also bringing the community to this platform as well and connecting them. So we're connecting each entity, the businesses and the patrons, we call them, all based on mind, body, and soul health. So for the businesses, focusing on local businesses in various cities, starting here first in Sydney, and then we're going to go branch out to different parts of Australia, eventually over to the US, and of course to other parts of the world like the UK. But working with the local businesses that have a mind, body, or soul service or offer for the patrons, and then bringing them together. And so for the patrons, what we're doing is we're trying to do what we can, bringing in different types of people like Jing, who can just help uplift these individuals, teach them about their mindset, teach them about their own body and how they can optimize their immune system, and all different types of benefits, of course, like the soulful benefits as well, things like experience and so on. So that is CoFit, and that's how we got here. So the new paradigm vision, this is for Creatic. We're obviously a boutique digital marketing agency right now. This is the vision of where we can see that we are going as a collective after we get through this, times of change and transition, first. So what we can see is it's going to be a lot more of just aligned living, people who are actually living their purpose. And once they're living their purpose and they're aligned with that, we can just see a huge innovation boom happening. It's already starting to happen, but there'll be things like advanced technology, 3D printing of food. The patents are already there. decentralized everything from starting with the blockchain, so decentralizing things like government, communities, politics, and just empowering more of the individuals with that technology. There'll be things like free energy technology, which the Navy has patents for as well. I think they've just been releasing them, so that's exciting. Interstellar travel as well, so we can look at the work of Tesla and also SpaceX, Elon Musk. So if you put those two together, we can see essentially what the next step is going to be. And then of course, things like medical breakthroughs. So where Creatic is playing the part here is, even though we are a small digital marketing agency now, our next step is to get to what we're calling Creative Ventures. And what that's going to be is it's an incubator, works with conscious entrepreneurs and businesses to, first of all, just align them with their purpose to make sure that they're on track, know thyself, as they say. And then from there, looking at their passions and what their skills are, and bring those together and help them form a business and incubate that. That's all going to be happening in Creative Ventures. And then we're off to the super society, essentially. So this is what we feel the new paradigm vision is, what we're going to be bringing to it, essentially. We see a thriving super society where individuals live a life of true aligned purpose, which fosters the most incredible and sustainable innovations, revolutions, and advancements that exist and help create the new paradigm that we are now entering. Our mission is to empower conscious entrepreneurs by aligning them to their purpose and enabling their mission by incubating and expanding their... Sorry. That's all right. Somebody's excited. And expanding their conscious enterprise to raise conscious awareness globally. So that's the vision that we have here at Creatic, and how we're basically going to be bringing our part to the super society. Because even though there's going to be these major developments happening, it's just going to be pure opportunity for any kind of conscious entrepreneur and business to start working alongside them as well. And then I did put my favorite quote on here, which is from Nikola Tesla. This new world should be the world in which the strong won't exploit the weak, the bad won't exploit the good, where the poor won't be humiliated by the rich. It will be the world in which the children of intellect, science, and skills will serve to the community in order to make lives easier and nicer, and not to the individuals for gaining wealth. This new world can't be the world of the humiliated, the broken, but the world of free people and nations equal in dignity and respect for man. So I wanted to give that tribute to Nikola Tesla, because he's basically, with all of his patents, laid out the foundations for the new world that we're entering in today, because a lot of those are now coming to light. All right. So on to the Create a Vision Challenge. So as I mentioned, everything starts with the vision. I'm so grateful to Jing to accept my invitation to help co-host this. So I wanted to give Jing a very warm welcome and an introduction. So Jing has been in human transformation and behavioral studies for over a decade, and she has cracked the code. So Jing has successfully helped hundreds of people rediscover themselves, overcome physical illnesses, depression, addictions, weight issues, and so much more. Jing is committed to root cause treatment, the one thing that changes everything. And she will be sharing her valuable work with us to create a vision. So please welcome Jing.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. And then, this is a really truly that we're coming here, as I was sharing with Solon and then Erica earlier, before Lashwanda, Lashwan. Welcome. Before you join.
Lashanda.
Sorry, Lashanda. What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about we're here not for coincidence, or we just happen to be here together. There's a reason for it. And then Peter mentioned this word, new world order or new world. And
about the world order, yeah, new paradigm.
You know, it's just so incredible, Peter. This is exactly what I had, like the vision and also what I received even before we talked about this, okay? And this new world is coming. And the new world that we were talking about is we're all in this together, right? This is also part of the reason why I'm here. And also I have something which I'm starting a movement as well, because this new world is exactly like what you shared. So I'm going to start my slide in a bit. And in the slide, I'll share with you my motivation or my reason for being here. Okay, so you understand a little bit more. So I'll start sharing the screen now. So just give me a minute. Okay, I'll just show you like this first. So this is why we're here, right? And as Peter said, anything that we want to do in life, if we don't have a vision, if we don't have that clear direction where we want to go, what we want in life, then we're in trouble. We will be running around in circles most likely, right? Not getting or feeling frustrated because we do have something all inside of us in our heart that we want, right? So what I see is that when we talk about vision, it's pretty vague. So if we narrow down for this challenge, right, for people to win the challenge, we can call it a vision board, create a vision board. So this can be either traditionally or digitally. I will share more, a bit more later on. Okay, so why I am here? So this is I'm inspired by this person. His name is Geshe Michael Roach. If you haven't heard about him, he wrote this book called The Diamond Cutter. So basically, he has been a Tibetan monk for over 25 years in a monastery in India with these refugee Tibetan Buddhist monks. Okay, these are very incredible senior monks. And then, so he got something. And then he was sent back after he graduated being a geshe. That's like a master level, right? Huge level. So he was sent back to create a business and then to make money. So that was his final test, additional test, because he's a foreigner, right? So he was from zero. He joined the monastery when he was still in Princeton University. And then he graduated and he knew nothing about business. The only thing he did, I'll show you, the only thing he did, he said for 25 years he learned is about this pen, which I'll share with you the story of the pen, okay? So he has a principle which is amazing. The principle is exactly what Peter shared about New World. The New World Order is that the only way we will make it is by helping others, by sowing the seed, right? So how do we sow the seed? So, you know, he's famously using the story in every talk, okay? So I'm gonna attempt it as well. So if I hold up this pen and ask you questions, you just give me answers, right? No, of course I'm not asking that. What is this? You can answer it. What do you see?
I see a pen.
Right, it's a pen, right, to you, right? So what if there's the little dog, the young dog, they're just coming over and they go like, here, here, here. What would the dog do? What does the dog do with this? It's a straightforward question, okay? No trick. It's just give whatever you have in your mind.
He'll sniff it, right? He'll check to see if it's a food or a toy.
Yeah, you see, for the dog, of course, the first thought you use the mouth, right? It's like not the human, you use the hand to touch it. So the dog would be just grab it by the mouth and then go like, right, like that, become a true toy. Like you said, it would test or whatever. So for the dog, it will become a fun thing, a true toy to play with, right? So you see, the interesting thing is to human, it's a pen. To the dog, become a true toy. But what if now we take the human and the dog away? Okay, I know I'm like it's difficult because if we talk, I can just put it somewhere. So just imagine I put it somewhere there and all the human, all the dog are gone. Okay, we're all gone out of here. What is it now?
No longer in existence.
Right, it's nothing, right? Because the humans are not here to make it mean anything. The dog is also not here to make it mean. But What if like now I'm the first to come back and I see the pen, I'm go like this. Oh, so the moment I'm seeing it, there's something coming out of my mind saying, oh, it's the pen, right? But if I put it down, it's not me, okay? This little dog comes first and then sees it go like, ah, like this. So what it becomes? It becomes a true toy now for the dog, right? So who is correct now here? The human or the dog?
Who is correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say the dog.
No, I mean,
Dog's
what I meant is
reality?
that, yeah, what I meant is that both human and the dog, right? Whoever comes first, this will become their idea, right?
Oh,
Ah,
So
I
that
get it.
means both of them are correct, right? Both of them are correct. For the dog, it's definitely it's a true toy, right? If you say dog you're wrong, and if the dog can speak, saying, "Oh, human being, you're wrong," right? If you say this is something that you can, such a nice true toy, what you're doing, you're wasting it, you're writing something. And then the dog, if the dog is wrong, the dog would be using it to write a poem to the dog girlfriend. That's the kind of joke that he used. But you see, this is the point, right? And you see, everything in the physical world, this is like literally the essence of who we are and how we are existing in this universe. It's called grand emptiness. Everything is coming from where? Who? Coming from me, coming from us, right?
yeah.
And then he used the word seed, the karma seed, right? You have the seed sowed before, so the moment you see it, it starts to open and become making meaning. So what we see is that there's a belief system, there's an idea, right, that in our mind. Whatever belief, whatever idea you have over here, this will show up exactly like that. But if you have already sowed the seed or the idea, the belief, this is the pen, of course, if it's coming from me, if I say, okay, I want to change it, I want a diamond instead, not a pen. And then you close your eyes, you go diamond, diamond, I want a diamond, diamond. And then you open up and your eyes, it's a pen. So that's what we say, the law of attraction usually for most people it doesn't work is because people are focused on what they want and they didn't know the secret is over here. You change the belief system, you change the seed. You go sow the seed of what you want without saying, oh, I want it, just like focus on energy on like that, right? So this is why. So the reason why I'm here is I'm sowing the seed by my action, embodying this, right? The new world order is that the more we help other people, the more abundance that we receive, especially for the abundance and also financial freedom that we're talking about, right? Level up our life in whatever area that you want to do, you want to level up, sow the seed from there. And then that seed is belief system. There are many different ways that we can do that, right? But first to have this awareness. And he said he spent 25 years, many of them, they spent lifetime, the Buddhist monks, okay, to learn this principle. And whoever hear this principle, consider yourself lucky. You have really wonderful karma to hear this because you did some very nice things before, okay?
So, is that what you mean by changing the root cause of any kind of issue or matter or something that we might be working on? It's that's the actual root that we change, and then that affects and sends ripples out to everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about the root cause, that's the seed, right? Okay. Whatever the seed you sow. For most of the people, like in my practice, most people, they suffered illnesses or the depression or addictions, whatever, because originally they sowed the seed. Of course, they came up with a belief system about certain things that connected with that, right? So what I do is that I help them go back to clear that one first, and then we can sow the new seed, which is the seed that they want. So then it becomes naturally flourishing. It's effortless, right? So for him, even just for him, the example, from zero, he actually borrowed money to start his company, right? And then from zero, in a couple of years, went to over $200 million a year.
Wow.
Just using these principles. Okay, so I will share with you more later on. There are 4 steps, he said. The first one, you got to identify what you want. So that's why we're here, by the way, today.
Vision,
And
baby.
yeah, the step 2, you need to find people who want the same thing, right? Find someone or people who they want the same thing. And then step 3, you got to devote 1 hour every week to help that person achieving what they want. And step 4, which is very crucial, this is where you can, many people, they do all the kind things, but they're still broke or suffering in life because they don't know how to water their seed so the seed can flourish. So the step 4 is to water the seed, literally like you do a meditation before you go to bed, just for a couple of minutes, and think about all the nice things that you did, all the kindness that you give in the area that especially you want to focus on, right? So for example, after I sow the seed today, I will go home and then at night and I will be thinking about all the wonderful things, all the love I give, all the kindness, and all the people that I help, right? This literally speed up this principle like anything. This principle has been teaching people around the world. Many business communities and governments around the world are utilizing. So he's hugely popular. And then these principles really work. Many people, they're saying, wow, it's just changed their life. So
Amazing.
just really, truly practice it. Okay, we will talk more later on. So I will just, these principles will be there. Okay, this will be throughout our challenge to remind us why we're here, to clarify the vision. And I just saw Sandy joined in, and welcome. We started already, so yeah.
Okay, sorry, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so basically, right, we are here, most of us, right? One of the, as all human beings, we all have this, we all deal with this. What we're dealing with is that we come with a program in this environment that we need to survive in. These are old programming, and then this is become our comfort zone, right? We made belief system, we made meaning about certain things, and then it's safe to us. So most people will stay within this comfort zone, right? Like most 98% of the people in the world population. This is what happened to them, right? When we stay in the comfort zone, we will ensure to get all of this, because this is the old world. This is the world which we're talking about, we are leaving behind, which is the world of scarcity, the world of people have to fight, compete, killing each other so that they can survive, right? So the new world which we're creating, this is the 2% of the population in the world that enjoy everything, right? This is the world that we are saying, you know what, we are leaving this old one behind because we know there's a new one, right? Of course, in this whole separation of the old world, the new world, everything is free will, free choice. Whatever you choose is totally honored and respected. There's no right or wrong here. So all I am doing, all Peter and I, we are doing here is just to share the information, bring awareness, and making sure, at least you are aware this is available, this is happening. And then the rest is all up to you. And whatever you choose, absolutely, we are all here, honor, respect, and support you, and stand by you. And that's the kind of love which we're talking about, the new world, where there's no judgment and there's no make wrong. Everything is just love, coming from love and being love and speaking love and talking love. So this is the world which we are talking about today. In this challenge, we're coming out and to see, take a sneak peek of it, right? Because you know what, life is really short. If you don't really see it, let's see the situation over here, right? Let's come back to the reality in what we're dealing with now for a bit. Yeah, we're gonna just intend to poke some fun out of it. But still, it's the reality, right? This is what happened into 2020, and 2021 still continuing. Things are not really changed much. But they're making fun of Van Gogh because he lost 1 year. But the thing that they don't know is people are genius. You know what they do with the mask? Especially for the Muslim community, they actually have something that click at the back. They don't even need ears. And for many of the people, they play computer games and they are extremely happy. They are saying, you know, we are heroes. Look, you know, stay at home. We're saving lives. See, right? So these are the things that's happening. And life is short. We don't know whether we'll still be here tomorrow or not, right? But this is not to frighten us or scare us. It's just to bring awareness. You know what? If we choose to live in the past, hold on to the past, or think about the future, worry about the future, we're not living. And the only thing we have is now, which is really short. So what we're gonna do is now, right? Are you gonna step out the 98%, step out your comfort zone and join the 2% club by declaring, like, get clear on what you really want, right? See, over here we have a few areas, right? But you know, for most of the people, I think the most important one is starting with health, right? Everybody is thinking about, without health, anything else that you want is just, there's no foundation, right? Nothing can support you. And when you have health, then you also want to have some relationships, especially love relationships or companionship, where you come home to someone who you can share. Or even though if you have all of the success, all the money, and then if you don't have anyone to share with you, still it's not as fun, right? And then the another very important area which I see as money and time freedom, because
the
when talking,
fireworks.
yeah, think about it, right? Most people are talking about, oh, I want money, money. What about time? If you become a slave to the money, it's still no freedom, right? It doesn't really work. And
Yeah.
once you have all of that, are you really truly living your life, planning your time for travel, leisure, and living, enjoying life, right? So these are the possible areas that we can see. So as I was saying earlier, for this challenge, let's make it specific. Let's make something that you can wing, and then make something you, because you see today, due to we have a little technical issue with sharing the information, whatever, not too many people are joining, but they are in a group. So what I want to do at the end is we'll have some action steps. You share yourself and you inspire others. Sow the seeds, right? So imagine if you have a community of people, what we think is that not only we talk about it, conceptualize new world, we're living it, we're embodying it. See how powerful it is, right? This is the kind of most powerful movement that we can ever start as a human, as an individual, as the kind of contribution that we're contributing to the entire collective humanity. Because the moment, you see, even all of you who joining here, you made a huge difference to this world because you chose to be here to vibrate higher, you choose to get clear, and you choose different life, right? So this is what we're doing. So there are different ways that I shared with you. I'm gonna help you with the just to show you a little bit. So this is the traditional vision board where you can cut out a board and you can get all the old magazines and the things that you want, you cut it out and you stick over here, and you can even write, you can design. And if it's convenient for you, by all means, this is very powerful. You can make it a stick on the wall, right? But Peter and I were discussing, because due to the COVID, printing or the other things not really available. So there's another better way. It's making a vision board digitally. Okay, so there's a YouTube video over here. If you search this one, or if you search anyone saying how to create a vision board digitally, you'll find the YouTube videos like this. It's really short, 5 minutes long, and it will tell you everything that you need to do to know to yeah. So I just wanted to the demo and show you this is possible, available. Okay, it's very easy, and you can put in your phone screen and then computer saver. Yeah, Peter, you had something you want to say?
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So when I started my sort of journey with things like vision boarding and law of attraction and so on, I didn't understand why vision boards work or how they work. So maybe can you tell us how they actually work, or like how?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So I think this question will be answered actually later on in my story as well. So I will share a little bit more later. Instead of right now, there's no context of sharing. So at least we know. So just
Okay.
to have this in the vision. Thank you so much for the question. It's wonderful. I'm sure everybody is having that. So let that question be there for a bit so that we can get more of it. Okay, so I'm going to just play this one more time and let's see the next screen. Okay, so what's possible, right? Yes, we have this already outlined that this is what we ought to achieve, right? Look at what's possible, right? The principles which I shared and I will be sharing continues because they're all the same. It doesn't matter which approach, right? It's either sowing the seeds for the karma or law of attraction. It's essentially the same. So in this challenge, if we apply these principles, literally everything in your life will turn around in a way that you have never experienced or never even imagined before. And this is guaranteed. I'm telling you, because this is all my own life story as well. I'll share with you a little bit. So what could be possible specifically? So this could be possible. Whatever, depends on whatever you want or whatever you are after in life. All of this is possible. And then also all of this is not about putting in more effort, working yourself to the ground to get it, right? It's all aligned, wholesome, and in a way that it's just beautiful being human and having this human experience. And then the most important thing is that how we're contributing to this world, how we're building this new world order is literally just you being you, the true self, not the ego self, not the false self, the self that always thinking this way, that way, holding onto stuff and then working yourself to the ground, right? Has to be a certain way. No, there's no such thing. But the most important thing is be clear on what you want. Having that communication with the universe or with God or with whatever that you believe in, right? That higher consciousness, right? The super consciousness. So the very important thing is decide on what you want. You got to have the clarity on what you want, right? So this is the story which I will share with you how it all started, right? How it happened, and then also why we should have a vision board, why we should have that digitally or mentally. You print somewhere where you can always come back to. So for me, how it started is it's all like this over here. When I was about 10 years old, I come from a small farm village in Inner Mongolia, China, by the way. So in a small farm village, we had literally nothing and very difficult life, all limited, and then I had to do a lot of farm chores. So one of them is to herd sheep and goats. So this was like 10 years old. I was herding sheep and goats out in the field one day. And and all of a sudden I heard this loud booming noise coming overhead. And then I looked up and it was this gigantic airplane. It was really unique because the airplane flew really low that day. And I could almost see the windows on the side. I was like mesmerized. I didn't really know much about this, but instinctively I knew there was this thing is magic, right? It can bring people all over the world. Because at that point, the only thing I knew was just probably the by the end of the village. I haven't really gone anywhere. I didn't know much about the world, but I knew instinctively I want to be on an airplane like that. I want to travel around the world. I want to be doing whatever I want, whatever I love, and make a difference wherever I go. Somehow that just became this incredible grand vision and imprinted in my mind because at the moment I closed my eyes, I literally saw myself going places, dressed so well, making a difference, and so happy. And that became my internal vision board. Uh, that became my guiding system for me in my life, right? So this was my reality. Now 2 years ago, I didn't really focus on that. Instead, I focused on where I want to go, right? Decided what I want to do. So if I can do it, you can too. Everybody can. So that's why I'm saying why vision board is important, right? You got to have something that you look forward to, and then also keep it there that you have it, right? So this is my story. Once I had that vision board, everything else is naturally guided towards it. I didn't need to worry about it. I didn't like, of course, there will be all sorts of things happening along the journey to make it happen, right? So study hard, and this is my family, a family of three. I'm the one on the left, on the left corner by my mother, and the three siblings. And at the time we already had the one child policy. That's another story which I'll share with you a little bit later. So the moment I was born, I was being the unwanted child because I was a girl, right? They wanted a boy, but somehow, you know, we managed and we got a boy, and then I stayed. But that was my story, right? So because I have that GPS, right? You know what happened the last one at the university? And I met someone who flew all the way from Canada to come to this Inner Mongolia, China, middle of nowhere. And then we fell in love and we started traveling around the world. Can you see how incredible it is? The universe will conspire. The moment you have your clarity, the universe will conspire to support you anything, however incredible it is, right? Because if I was and that little girl herding sheep, worry about how I'm gonna make it happen, of course I'm doomed. That's most of that's the fate of most of my peers. What happened is they're still back in the small farm village or the small town area. They haven't really done anything, gone anywhere, seen anything, right? So that's called reality. So what happened to me? How everything started, right? Even though I have all of this, but I still have this limiting belief, right? Negative beliefs that I'm not good enough because I was born as a girl. The moment I was born, they didn't want me, right? And I don't deserve because I'm a girl. Something wrong with me, you know. I don't deserve to be loved. There was no love for me, and because I had that story and I couldn't feel love, I was completely just isolated, right? So going through all of that, I literally experienced all the highs and lows. So we were really fortunate to inherit a lot of money back in 2008, but because of this limiting beliefs and also the childhood programming, can you imagine? I'm not good enough. I don't deserve. Of course, whatever money you got, we got to get rid of it, right? So that's what happened. Literally, we went broke and then homeless, and I experienced all the different facets of it. And then it was like the lowest point. We were sitting in this place which was deserted, and but there's still some people were lending, and then they were renting this place for a cheap price, but we still couldn't pay. And then the only thing we can afford is this ramen packaged noodles. So I was sitting there eating this ramen packaged noodles with tears in my eyes and thinking, how come, right? How come? So you see, this is like the what lottery winners, right? Doesn't matter how much money you get, because of the limiting beliefs, we still get rid of it. It's never the money. The issue is never about the money. The issue is never about the circumstances, about reality, what we are having now. Okay? So with all of this, I literally said, you know what, I had enough. I went on a journey and searching on this, what makes the difference. So I lined up with the best. And then I started this over a decade of the search and did everything and tried everyone, aligned with best of the best in the world. And I walked on fire in London with Tony Robbins. I did the Wayne Dyer and Marissa Peer. I did the rapid transformation therapy certification. I became a rapid transformation therapist. This allowed me to really crack the code, right? And then also the Money Mastermind, T. Harv Acker, and then Dan Sullivan, the business coach, and Jack Canfield, and so many more of the masters. And you know what happened? With all of the masters, there's one answer. Everybody's telling me the answer is me. I am the answer. Everything's all within me. So it all come back to me again. So I work on myself. This is the one we're talking about, the seed, the belief system. Everything's all here. Everything is all here. So with all of this, right, I started my journey of turning around, right? So I ask the question now, what makes the difference really in life? This is the only question which I'm aligning myself to. And also, how do I best serve humanity? So these are the two questions mainly. And then I wanted the shortest route. I said, you know what, that's enough, right? How do we crack this code of being human? So I wanted the shortest route, and I want the root cause for anything people are dealing with. So the most commonly people are dealing with those physical illnesses, depression, addictions, weight issues. Almost everybody has some sort of conversation about that, right? Also financial issues, love issues. All of this can be sorted by this root cause treatment, which is from the rapid transformation therapy, which I have been using to help people around the world. effectively, usually in one session, 2 hours, literally shift everything. Just the last week, I was sharing with Peter, I helped this one dentist doctor who
Yeah,
he had
amazing.
her lumbar disc hernia, and he had the for over so many years, and he did operation as well for one part. As soon as that part patched, and then another big one popped up, he was like literally just livid. And he's just like, that's it, I'm just done with it, right? He's so desperate. So when he came to me, and then I said to him, we've got to look for the root cause, because if you don't fix the root cause, you will continue to come out of this, because that's the original root, the seed, right? So incredibly powerful. So you know what we did the session in 2 hours? We fixed his root cause. We went down to the deep of original seed he sowed for why he's keeping having this. And then after that session, the next day his pain disappeared, and he's just like enjoyed the most amazing health he had ever experienced for so long. And he was so excited and so happy, and he made a video testimonial, and he wanted to share with everyone to help people understand the importance of really go for the root cause. So for me, again, what makes the difference in this world, right? What I see is the entrepreneurs and being a person who stand up saying, you know what, I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I want to make a difference. I want to take responsibility. I want to join the 2% club, right? So I built my own company. It's called Paramount Shift. And I became an entrepreneur. And literally, I just wanted to be out here and make this message available for as many people as possible, right? So this is the kind of work which I'm doing, and it's really like a new movement of changing what means to be human. And I'm really satisfied. This is kind of like the still along the lines of that. Remember that GPS, inner GPS of that picture when I was about 10 years old herding sheep, and it's still there. It's along the lines, traveling around the world, making a difference, doing the things I love, right? So this is the part which we talked about, right? Just be clear on what. Don't worry about the how. The how will show up. It's kind of like an inner GPS. The vision board will serve like that. The vision board serves like a reminder. If you stick on the wall, if you always looking at it in your phone, always looking at it in your screen, of course it just become, impressed in your subconscious mind. This is what you want. You have clarity. And so the GPS can be called a goal producing system. It can also be called like a global positioning satellite system for you to really get to the place, right? So for example, if you know you're in Sydney, right? You want to get to another place in Sydney. If you put in the GPS, do you worry about it anymore? There's no wrong route anymore. It doesn't matter which route you take, you will always get there. True or false? Yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the same, whichever you want to, right? So this is the part which I want to stretch you a little bit, right? And the truth about this, okay, let me get this one so you can see clearly. So the truth about this is that you can dream as big as you want, or you can also dream as small as you want. There's no limit. But the thing about it is it really doesn't take more effort for you to dream a big dream. Imagine when I was 10 years old herding sheep and goats, if I tell people that this is what I wanted, everybody would have laughed at me. They would tell me that was crazy. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I had that vision and I received that message. This is what I wanted to do, and this is what I'm destined to do. Right? So allow yourself. This is just the invitation to allow yourself to not limit yourself. Just let yourself allow yourself. Okay. See what you can go for or can dream for. But you see, again, it's not about to scare you, okay? But don't stay in the comfort zone and make yourself small, for sure, okay? So these are the two characters or two inspiring quotes to help you understand. So when we're talking about uh, the areas, right? So I'm going a little bit quick because I want to get as much as possible in here. So I acknowledge already we are over the original time that we intended because we started a little bit late. So just take a little bit more time to get this clarified so we can move on. Okay, we'll give you the action steps. And we can have different areas in our life, right? So for these 7 areas, it will be, amazing, right? You can take a screenshot, or later on we'll post this recording, the replay in the Facebook group as well. So take a screenshot of all these areas and have a look, right? What would be something that you want to achieve in each and every area over here? You can work on 3. Okay, you don't have to get all of them. Choose 3 top priority one that you want to work on. So this will be the action step for today, and you can share, you can post, and you can make a list. And of course, my invitation is be the 2%. Literally come out and embody, because there's nothing to be worried about, nothing to fear. Whatever you're working on, this will be your breakthrough, right? This is my intention today, is to really invite you to come out, play full out, give it out, right? Give yourself everything that you want, everything that you want to accomplish, you want to achieve out of these 7 areas: financial, business, profession, job, career, relationships, health, fitness, fun time, recreation, personal, right? Personal growth, contribution, right? Whichever speak to you, pick 3 today, and then write a list. Okay, we will talk more about that, right? And then another thing is that there's a very real danger. We all have that, right? We all want to be perfect. We all need to do this and that, make sure that it's perfect so other people don't laugh at me, or something's wrong. I'm not comfortable. I'm feeling not good enough to show other people. Guess what? These old monsters will hold you within your comfort zone that you can never come out. So my challenge over here is dumb beats perfect. Do the thing, take the action. The moment you take the action, you're going to feel completely different. Your energy already shifts. This is the thing, this is the secret which I'm talking to you about today. How we shift our energy is never about thinking about it, conceptualize. It's always about action. What action are you taking, right? So I'm going to throw the action steps again later, okay? So it's every time, every single time, dumb beats perfect in everything you do in life, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. You can mark my word. It's literally like that, right? So another one is that after we say dumb beats perfect, so we need action, right? So this is your declaration time. You can declare yourself, you know what? Yes, I can and I will. Watch me. So I want all of you actually post this, and you can make it whatever way you want, or even just write it. You just declare yourself. So then you put yourself out there. There's no way, no looking back. So I'm tricking you a little bit here. But
Big challenge.
yeah, declare yourself. Okay, so this is really truly amazing. I can and I will. Watch me. Put yourself out there. So for the goals, right? Whatever you want to achieve in life, look at in this way. There's a smart system in the on the internet resources. This is very popular in business world as well, right? Whatever you want to achieve, make sure it's specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant, time bound, right? So what it really essentially means is it's just simple. Something I want which is measurable in time and space. How much? By when? Okay, I'm going to give you some examples of that. Most people, we all have intention, right? We're all saying, yeah, I'd like to increase my income. Wow, yeah, nice. Who wouldn't, right? But a specific goal, something that you want to achieve, is like this. How much? By when, right? I will earn an annual income of 300,000 by, like, see how specific, 11 p.m. December 31st, 2021. How cool is that, right? Don't worry about other people might laugh at you. Let them let them laugh, okay? Because they're still in their comfort zone. They won't see, right? They won't understand, because you are the lucky ones today. You understand why, you understand how, so you will see. And then another one is like to write and publish an online course that will help people overcome their fears and go for their dreams. That's really nice. But a specific one is how much, by when. So once you have this, you give us the specific GPS to this, right? So this is what happens. It just gives you some ideas. So the fast actions for today. You know what happens? Remember earlier I was saying, you being here really makes huge difference. And you being you, it's just the only thing that's missing in this world. So whatever we're talking about, whatever we're doing, without the action, without you embodying it, it's again just concepts, right? It won't make a difference for you in your life. It won't help you move your energy. So what will move your energy is that you literally come out, playful out, and embody what we just talked about. You know what we'll do? You show up as who you are. Introduce yourself with a picture or video, whatever, and write about, you know, your dreams, your life, and what you want to achieve. Can you imagine how incredibly powerful that is? How incredibly inspiring that is for other people, right? And then this will inspire more people even join our next session for the challenge. We'll have more people to play with. You have more people to sow the seed for yourself, the karmic seed for your success, right? And then you get to go to bed at night and then think about all the nice things you did, and then you just embodied, embraced yourself and being yourself. Oh, how cool is that? How delicious is that, right? You know, by you doing that, your energy is just increasing, and you become a vibrational match to the things that you want instead of constantly creating the conflict, right? So you see, this is just the beginning, an intro, just to help you tap into what is there, right? What's available to kind of like give you awareness. So of course, during the course of the challenge, we'll get into more details of all the other steps, right? So this is the first step, inspiration. And then the next step, we'll get into the empowerment. We'll have the tools, we'll have everything that we need to really make it happen, all right? So the step 2 is create that list, your wish list, or the list the things that you want from all those the areas, the categories in your life. And you know, my invitation is absolutely playful out. Post in the Facebook group along with your introduction. It will make a huge difference. You literally declare that in the universe. The moment you declare exists, right? The only thing that happens is that just create yourself being a vibrational match to the things that you want. And once you declare, that's already in the process. I can guarantee you. And that's why I'm here. That's why Peter and I were here to support, to really let's boost and let's create the new world, right? And the new world, it's not out there. The new world is always here, where we are, each and every one of us. The moment we start taking actions, the moment we start to embody the principles, the things that we believe, that's it. Nothing can stop. It's unstoppable because this is the energy, this is the vibration. Okay, so awesome. I just literally blazed through. If you have any questions or anything else, let's discuss. Yeah, we still have, I think I'm good with time, right, Peter?
Yeah, you did. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I also wanted to make a quick note. So if there's anybody that's not on Facebook, because I know there's a couple people that is not, then we'll find a way to get you to participate. So don't worry about it. We'll have a side chat. And then, so the 3 action steps, so 2 action steps, introduce yourself in Facebook group and say hello. And then number 2, start creating your wish list and feel free to share in the FB group. And so my question was, because that list looks so tasty, what if we wanted all of them? What do we do?
Absolutely. You can. See, there's no limitation. The more you share, the better it will be, right? Because you will take care of each and every area of your life, right? So I am just simply taking care of some people might have this kind of, my goodness, this is so much. And just take care of that, right? The more you do, the better, because it's all come down to the free will, the choice that you make in your life, because this is for you. Everything here is for you, dedicated for you, right? So all of this that we're talking about is sowing the seeds, right? Yeah. And then you sharing in Facebook group, it's also sowing the seeds. By you, each and every action you take, you sowing the seeds for your karmic, right? Remember we're talking about, how you change this pen to diamond? Yeah? It's over
Yeah.
here.
Gotcha. So
Think
based on
about it.
personal, yes, think about it. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, what I meant was think about it, right? All of these masters, all these Buddhist masters, lamas, and even all these enlightened people, how they shifted reality is just exactly the same. The principle of the pen, right? The principle of the pen, change it to whatever you want because everything is empty. That's also quantum physics as well, right? When we study science, quantum physics is all about knowing everything else around us is just infinite possibilities. It just fades in and out. It changes.
Right.
It's in a flicker of time, it changes. What decides or what determines the change is all in here. We are the ultimate observer of this whole universe. So everything which I talked about is lined with all of that as well. I'm just bringing that in the practical level so you are aware, right? How it changes, it's all here. And then how it's get embodied in our 3D world universe is that you take actions aligned with that, right? So now you understand this whole thing. We literally cracked the code of being human now.
Yeah.
And
Jane's consciousness is just so massive, and so it's fun. But then I know that we should also keep things simple. So thanks for helping with that. But that example that you made with the pen reminded me of that scene in The Matrix. If you've seen The Matrix, and she was trying to tell him that scene with the fork, and she was kind of bending the fork. It kind of reminds me of that, and I wonder if it's that same principle.
yeah, it's the same. See, all these high principles is all the same, Peter. What the difference is that the difference is most of us we're so bought into this reality because we have so many seeds or the belief system sold into this pen being this way, right? It becomes hard reality. But the moment we shift over here, this ceases to be the hard reality. Because you see, just look at the same thing with my peers. When I grew up in a small farm village, most of them they bought into the hard reality that, oh, we're from a small farm village. Our life would be just around this area. What I can do is just, study a little bit and quit school and get married and have children, just work on whatever we can survive. That's the harsh reality they bought into. But I didn't buy into that reality, right? Remember what reality I bought into? I saw the airplane and I want to be there. I want to be around the world. I want to be doing the things which I'm doing now. So this literally became my reality. Do you see how incredible it is?
Yeah, absolutely. It is all about those reminders and those triggers. So that's why I wanted you to cover that. So thank you for that. That's awesome. And then just some advice as well, just from me personally, from my own experiences, because that list is like, a glorious list. Everybody is different, but for me, the best experience is just, and obviously I'm still working through the list, but for me, the best thing is working on one major goal at a time and just kind of prioritizing the other ones after that, and just really picking which one is coming first and which one I need to break through first, and then just work on them individually. But everybody is different, as we said.
Whatever works, right? Whatever works. My invitation is just literally just throw out all the old stuff. Yeah, you have your survival mechanism, you have your winning formulas this way, that way, right? Don't worry about that. Don't be scared, right? Just write down whatever you want. Make a list. It's just make a list, right? That's it. And then of course introduce yourself so that letting people know who is here declaring. So then you will become this like original point of vibrating, right? You have this power. And another thing which I really want to caution everyone is that as human beings, we are made to be this way. We are made to go for this concept junkie. Like we only focus on concepts, thinking that we know. Yes, now we know. Oh, wow, I know. But the truth is that knowing doesn't make the difference. Really, knowing doesn't make the difference. So that's why my work is very crucial in terms of helping people. Literally, you first know you believe in it. Okay, let's take actions and practice and do it, right? That's why people can literally like snap with their fingers. They can change their physical reality for their physical health, physical illnesses, People who are dealing with love relationships, the same thing. And people who are dealing with depression, same thing. Addictions, same thing. Weight issues, like that, right? It's all here. It's all here. And then we also have access. This is like essentially what I do to help people to really go to the deep rooted level to clear all the old one. So uh, we will get to the different approaches later on. There's many different ones, but take on whatever we already have, right? If you want to really just do all of these things, take actions, and then go home at night and think about all the nice things you did, and put a smile on your face before you go to sleep. Oh, that's just so beautiful, complete for today.
So what is our next steps, and then what are we looking forward to for the next couple of days, and how do the check-ins work?
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying, and then the next one is the day after tomorrow, right, which is Thursday. Peter, that's how we planned it, right? So every other day, and then we'll take the weekend off for people to catch up and also do the work. So of course, just do the take the actions and contemplate on that. It will take some time for you to make the list, or you can continue throughout this challenge, right? And then, as I said, this is to inspire you. And then in the following sessions, my intention is to empower you. We will have all the different approaches, and we'll talk about even why. We're going to get you connected with your emotional why, to connect to why you're doing this deeper, right? We'll have more of the understanding of who you are as a human being, right? All the I call it the ins and outs of about being a human, like giving you a menu. Like for all of us, we just kind of like born into this world without any menu. Like for any smartphone or computer or anything we have, we all come with the instructions, right? How to use this and how to do this, how to do that. But just think about us as humans. We literally just through in the world, we come and we bash here, we bash there. The only thing we can do is just program ourselves around the people, the environment we have, right? That became our limitation. We have no manual. So we're gonna go deep into all of those issues so that you can learn. You can really get yourself um, uh, have the clarity. I would say, first of all, on who you are and your power and what's possible, what's available for you, and then what you're gonna do with your power, and then what kind of difference you're gonna make. Because everybody I talk to, doesn't matter what you want at the end at the end, everybody's saying, you know what, I just want to not worry about this and that, so I can do something good for other people. I want to make a difference. I want to change the world. See how incredible it is? So that's why I'm here to join this movement, so we can sow the seeds, right? I want to see the same. So let's do it together in this challenge. Yeah. In the next few sessions, we're together.
Cool. Okay, so everybody, the next action steps are the two that you see on the screen there. Introduce yourself in the Facebook group. Start creating your wish list. So you'll have today and also tomorrow to do that, because the next meetup is going to be 2 days from now. So go somewhere nice and quiet that you can just get clear. Maybe somewhere different from where you normally are, so that you can move the energy around, and then just think about what is really important to you.